no, honey. Your car don't go there. That's the curb. Why you drive over it, honey? Yeah, you fuck up. Why? Oh my God, honey. Look, you stuck. What you do?
Hey, what's up? You looking for a good time?
Hell no.
I got my $10.
$10.
$10.
That ain't no good time. That's a quick death.
Like this.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
How much?
I need about.
I'm worth $1 million. I don't know about you.
$750.
$750?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not interested.
2048 at the trap, hit it with the rap, put it on the map, then we right back.
Hey, fuck this shit, I'm jerking off.
Yeah. Welcome to another brand new episode of the Kris Avalon Show.
Unfiltered.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the finale. The season finale of Kris Avalon. All there is to know what's going on in today's crazy hot topics that's been going on throughout the week. And then in the second half, we're going to be doing other people talk me into it. And I was like, okay, I think there's an idea brewing. I did mention last week's episode that we should do LGBT news. So that's basically what we're going to do. But there was some topics that was just too good to pass up that I had to add to the day. That's gayish, isn't it? Because they got their little gay fans, they're icons in their own right, and the gays love them. Drag. Also, we got Diddy up in here. Done got people in the music world pissed over this whole jumping on this conversation. And I'm gonna get my opinion on it. Do I think R&B is dead? Stay tuned and find out what I think about what Diddy tried. Diddy gave him some that good. Like he polished. He gave him a little baloney wash. He gave that no. Politics, but if he's gone back to being a Methodist, if you know what I'm saying, I think we do. Also, we got some tea on Tevin Campbell. We're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it because I feel like that we need to get some nuance, and people need to stop always being so quick whenever somebody come out of the closet. Also, we got some tea on Doja Cat and this whole thing taking Roland Ray's phrase is giving, and what people like oh damn, I could not see my face. What's her name? Ashley. So there was a lot of that. Also, we're gonna talk about this MTV VMAs. Like, do we even need it at this point? And the people that hosting and all that good stuff. But first, to preface this by saying, this was going to be the final episode of the season. But I was not going to bring her up in no conversation. I was going to keep all this shit to myself. I was like, okay, finally a week I ain't got to deal with it. But of course, on the final year or final season, I guess we can call it, of Wendy Williams, how everything just fell apart and all the other stuff. So Ira Bernstein and Marcus revealed that they had multiple conversations with Wendy amid her unexpected and prolonged absence, not just once, but several times. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article, and then I'm not going to sit here all day with this, because it's a lot. Y'all are good enough of the thing, because we've talked about her in every episode for the past season, them that it wouldn't be. I was like, this is not my Instagram post. I'm not, or a tweet. I'm not gonna be 125 words or less. I'm just gonna give it to you as I give it. But the way I should point out was written by Lacey Rose, and the article came out on the 17th. So was it Thursday? I think it was probably like Thursday. And I found out about it. But anyway, so it says on the morning of September 30th, 2021, two television executives made their way to Wendy Williams, Deborah Mercury co-presidents Mort Marcus and Ira Bernstein were trying to assuage the fears of the talk show's 100-person staff. Promotional tour she had scheduled for the 13th season had been scuttled, and its official September 20th. The start date was pushed back. Now, y'all remember when we were talking about supposed to start September 20th, and then they wound up moving it another 2 weeks. And then when the 2 weeks was coming up, they moved it again. And then it wound up being in October. September 20th, the start date was pushed back. The plan was to have Williams pipe in via Zoom to the show studio in New York City's Chelsea neighborhood. Into liaising Williams' tests and doctor visits. So the idea was, look, they haven't seen you or spoken to you. So in so many ways, they basically said, you know, the 58-year-old who's catchphrase, what are you doing? Became a rallying cry for daytime gossip hound. The two had rehearsed that she would say a handful of times, and what she would say, a handful of times, and Young, who'd worked closely with Rosie O'Donnell, was about to transpire. At 10 a.m., some 50 staffers, many of whom had worked at the Wendy Williams show for more than a decade, were asked to congregate into the studio. Williams, who had ripped live on TV for 12 years, and before that on the radio, did not seem herself, as her speech quickly became muddled and disconnected, which is basically a lot of what we've been seeing happening with her when we've seen her doing what she held up her damn feet, which in the article explains when you saw all of that, people that worked with Wendy for all those years were Harlow, who, I don't know, he has no managerial experience except buying a bunch of damn jewelry. Felt like he was exploiting her. Even she can't. No. After reading this article and Deborah Mercury telling their side of the story, you know, no podcast or anything where she gotta go on camera and talk. So it said, rambling about, I'm really fine. It's gonna be fine. And it's like, what are you saying? Recounts one bewildered insider who suggests she was starting not to be coherent. The Zoom abruptly. It lasted 2.5, 3 minutes, and it was not pretty, said Lonnie Bernstein. People were sort of freaked out. She was saying things like, oh, I can't wait. I'll be back with you really soon. But it was obvious to anyone watching that she was not going to be back really soon. To worry, with Williams effectively AWOL, Deborah Mercury decided it had no choice but to announce that the 13th season of the Wendy Williams show would be all started from the time, remember when we saw her faint during the Halloween episode? Things began to snowball from there. And I'm glad you put that in. That was a good timing, bitch. She was drunk on set. And there were times where people, and they said they found bottles hidden up in the ceiling of her office. Empty bottles. Like she was drinking on the job, and so I think there was a lot of things going on with her. I think between the mistress and Kelvin getting the mistress, there, a bunch of factors played into it. It's not only the mistress thing, but I also think with her lymphedema, also states in the article that basically he was calling Kelvin a liar because he said that they did not jump in to help her when Devin Mercury said they paid for her doctors. They were the ones that were fitting the bill for her to get all the best doctors in New York City. Another thing they said that she didn't, like, there were many times they had meetings with her. The family, her, Devin Mercury on it, they had to figure out at one point because they have, people don't realize they have bosses to answer to as well. So this can't be the people who are sponsors, the sponsors they got to give to these shows and all of that stuff. They have to make sure that the person they're spending on this phone, her people were not communicating with her employer. The person on the marquee doesn't show up, so they had to come up with a plan of let's bring in some guest hosts. Leah Remini's name was on their list years prior for her own show. The problem with that was she didn't test well with the audience. The audience really wasn't feeling her, but she had to bring on Michelle Visage. That's what she was thinking about bringing on. So she brought on Michelle. But apparently, if you're coming on with Wendy Williams, she comes with a certain kind of, I guess, je ne sais quoi, I guess we can use the phrase, for 20 minutes straight about celebrities. Not a lot of people do that. So they brought in these other people. Michael Rappaport turned out to be a guest when Leah Remini was on Talk About the fucking house. I got tired of hearing that. I'm like, you want to give him a job over at Bravo? Because we don't care about all these damn housewives he's talking about. The only person that tested through the roof was Sherri Shepherd. That's why she got her show. So Devin Mercury had to do what they had to understand how business works. So y'all get an attitude and y'all want to come down on Sherri. That's not Sherri's fault. Why are people not blaming Wendy was sick and this, that, and the third? But you have to realize in this business, the show must go on. It doesn't matter. The show must go on. So your people know what's going on, so that way we could know what to do, what we could put into place. So they talk about months later, show no more. So this is the quote, which I had to read, not how when I read this. So they said apparently the performance on show did not know that her long-running talk, the head of the program, had come to an end following a months-long back and forth over health issues and rumored substance abuse. Recalling that conversation, that we haven't heard from you, and we had to make a decision. We should have made one in November, but we put it to January or February, and by then it was like making figure out what's going on, or we're going to have to take matters and chop the show. So she said, it's going to air at 10. So can I go on at 11? I said, we'd love to work with you, and there are lots of ways and lots of buyers, but you need to say, I'm ready. According to Bernstein and Marcus, a version of this conversation would take place several more times over the next 4 months. Each time Williams appeared to be having the discussion for the first time. Reportedly, these exchanges took place in the midst of Wendy. In the interview, Morton Marcus added that eventually they said Wendy would need to have a diagnosis from a doctor, whether it's a TV station or a network or for a year, needs to know that you're okay. Without the assurance, no one's going to risk money or finance things. And you have to also realize when you are on, they have to take insurance out on their talent to make sure that, everything is in place. Your medical shit is on point. Diagnosis, we are just twiddling our thumbs and trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I can't just keep throwing money at somebody who's a liability because it costs a little YouTube show like mine where we just put some shit together. I mean, I'm not trying to discredit what we're doing, but a show with a lot of moving parts, a lot of people that you see the point over 100 people. So that's what we all have. I hate Sherri. So they basically said William Selby told sources that the whole you could have told her, but I could have told her. She's thinking, I'll be ready in a week and I'm coming to shoot. So the finale kind of happened all of a sudden for her. And even though it was, I cannot spend the whole show breaking this down. If you guys get a chance, definitely read the Hollywood Reporter. Good 45 to an hour to read this article, and it was because I would read it, I would stop, I would process, I would like try to make sense of it. This is perfect too, because I said in the finale, it's a good way of like wrapping this whole show up in a bow. The whole show started out talking about this. Even through drinks and drag to this show. So, how to get herself together instead of trying to worry about a podcast. Because, Miss Mamas, you are not ready to be doing no podcast. Kelvin, nobody wanted to come and speak out on this article, but y'all went to everybody else, but you didn't want to speak to the Hollywood Reporter, which is like one of the, in my opinion, in entertainment. So you really, like, when the Hollywood Reporter says some shit, it is legit. So apparently has been putting a lot of energy into hating on Sherri Shepherd, not show up to the Sherri Shepherd show. After I do this article, I definitely want to play off for kind of like wrapping it all up in a bow. But let me get to this story. So basically, according to the Sun, Wendy has been calling her friends and saying, "Don't go on the Sherri, support Sherri. No one else would either." But the thing is, Nick doesn't have his talk show anymore. So it's no her favorite Real Housewife friends too. The thing is, Wendy thinks she has the loyalty, but at the end of the day, no one is going to turn Sherri down. The insider added, "You and working in the New York studio since I've been working in the New York studio since Monday. Actually, my gym is not too far from. I told y'all, Sherri has been moved into Wendy's old studio over in Chelsea. So I went past here. Sherri's post is not a week or two because September is literally around the corner. So Sherri Shepherd she certainly would be petty enough to tell people not to go on Sherri's show. But at the end of the day, this is show business. Like, there's no real loyalty amongst these famous bags because you no longer have one with your former job. This is business. And you should understand that. And what did she be people that were trying to go, that they were asking people who had an inclination of wanting to do their own talk show? A lot of them are going to do, I'm not going to come on and be a guest host of Wendy. Good luck to you, Wendy. And good luck to you, Sherri. Sherri, look, if Sherri show, let it fail on its own. I don't understand. I'm mad because they got me the Wendy show. So we gonna make sure this show goes bad. I'm gonna watch it because I'm nosy. And, I'm in media. I watch the show because Wendy went. What child? Do Wendy even remember who the fuck she is at the time? She probably don't remember. She probably still thinks she got a talk show coming. She probably still. But anyway, so good luck to you, Sherri. I'm watching your show and I'm gonna see how it is. If it sucks, I'm gonna give you a week, like I did Nick Cannon. I'll give you a couple of episodes. I'm gonna tell you the sachet de bain. That's sachet away in Spanish. I learned that from Dragon is funny. Oh, Miss Wendy. Woman is child. We're gonna have to get pipe through these other episodes. Because yeah. So roll that clip. Stories today.
Here I am. Here we are. Yes. Another week.
Are you now, would you say, to being able to, being comfortable enough to start working again?
I'm very comfortable. My partners with the show, everybody's ready.
You're telling me at this moment, you are prepared physically and mentally, you could go back to work and start hosting a show as early as tomorrow. You feel fit enough to do so?
Well, give me about 3 months. There are private things that I have to deal with, and then I'll be ready to come back and be free and ready to do my thing.
I'm on fire. Let's go.
Before we ended our chat, the self-proclaimed queen of all media wanted to speak directly to her fans.
This is what I would love to say to my Wendy watchers. Keep watching, because I'm going to be back on the Wendy show, bigger and brighter than ever.
Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Hi.
How's your morning going?
It's just after 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing okay, Beautiful sky. It's nice being here.
How often do you come out here?
Well, I'm here in Florida, and I come here often. I've got real family. Mother, father, sister, brother, family. And it's very peaceful being here,
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, so
beautiful. It seems windy because it is.
You miss not coming to the show?
Yes, I do. I wish I was there. I wish I was there right now to talk about it and talk about it with you. But you know what? Because they already put people there like you. You guys are already in position. So you'll be talking about that. But I'm glad that I'm able to talk about when I come back.
Okay, so is there plans for a new show, or are you coming back to the Wendy Williams show?
Coming back to the Wendy Williams show. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Because I know they were talking about Sherri Shepherd taking over the show, or a new, what?
But I won't be watching her because I know what she's going to be doing, and that's really not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, but I love I love being on my own show, and I love that people love to watch it, you know.
It's not like she's got a husband, Kevin. She's by herself. The only person that she has that's taking care of her is her 21-year-old son, Kevin Jr., and he's 21. You know, he's in college. This is a lot on him. So she's out there in New York. I don't know who's out there with her, so I'm not gonna put the label of her being bitter. And then she's not well. So it's just a lot going on in Wendy's life that
I want to. A lot of girls at 57 don't care about. Excuse me, I'm gorgeous. Can I? Maybe I'll go back on TV. Do you see this right here? Look.
Okay.
No, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Hold up. I can't hold it higher. Do you see?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, do you see this?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Let's see it, Wendy. Let's see it.
A gigantic ring.
Ooh, it's so beautiful. What you got to say for the camera?
He's out buying, getting stuff. I'm waiting for him to come back.
You all right? Can I?
Oh my God, it's so bittersweet. I'm so sad, but also so happy to be moving on to Sherri. But Wendy was the best. I will miss her so much. I'm gonna really miss working with her.
Have you spoken to her recently?
No, I actually haven't. I haven't spoken to her, but I'm sure she's doing well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Quick question: Is Wendy invited to this after party? Because we heard of the after party. Was she invited? Was she invited to actually come
I actually
today?
don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea who's gonna be there.
Oh, nice.
I just know I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be tipsy. That's all I know.
I know that. One more question: when can we see Sherri? Is gonna be live, right?
Yeah, it'll be live September. Something. Mid-September. No, mid-September.
15th.
I think so. Is that news? Am I making news? Am I getting in trouble? Are you getting me fired right now?
Well, I mean, we're excited to hear what's going to be new. Are you guys going to keep Hot Topics? Because Hot Topics has now been, or is that something that like Wendy owns, or?
No, I actually don't know what's going to happen yet, but we'll see. We have like the whole summer to figure it out.
I love it.
But yeah. TMZ, what's up, How
dare you? Who are you?
No, wait, no. Sorry.
Well, you know what? I forgot to mention, by the way. Thank you for playing. Because Norsemen, they were saying that they didn't know who was going to. When I read the article about how she seemed incoherent, not a place or whatever, Devin Mercury said, well, more important. More Naira of having Wendy come onto the show to kind of do like a swan song, whatever the case was. First, it would have been uncomfortable to have into this whole new show, and then you have someone who you basically fired because she was a no show for months. In regular jobs, you don't on what planet y'all think that it's not right to fire someone who doesn't show up to work, but that's usually how it works. So that's both ways. So they was like, no, they weren't gonna bring on number one that would have, all the years that she put in doing the show, and you see her at the, and it's gonna be embarrassing. You saw the clip that we just played when she was on TMZ and she did the Fat Joe interview. She was out of it, and then you saw the videos that were TMZ filming shit, and people always in front of her building. Filming stuff. The recent picture. Excuse me. The recent picture.
Very well, thanks. So my American Express is broken, so I got to take care of that. Where am I flying? It's not where I'm flying.
No.
I apologize. How do
That's
I look?
all right. You look great. Yes, phenomenal. How's it?
Clearly I look 30.
You look
great, Wendy. We love you.
You do. How's that? Can we see the ring, Wendy?
Over the shoulder, Wendy.
$30, girl. Okay. If you would believe it, I believe it with you. From the story. Definitely read the article. Because it's got a whole lot more. You know, I ain't trying to do the whole show with just that. Okay, so let's move on. Because apparently there's a Pamela Lopez. Anyway, so they're basically saying that, well, J-Lo is accused of Beyonce. Shanti and them would assume, like, you was copping it, you know, you pulled the whole Arrow for Little Mermaid situation where you was still. So instead, they wanted Jennifer's fan page to criticize Bey in Spanish for allegedly stealing an idea from J-Lo. I did see this spewing, so I thought, you know what, while y'all bringing it up, let me talk about it. So the post showed a caption as Rapada Rombando J-Lo de Nuevo, which translates to court stealing J-Lo again. Because people was like, you know, debating online that, oh, Jennifer Lopez wouldn't say any of this out loud. She liked the picture. So apparently she agrees. Which appears to be an intentional dig at Beyonce. Insider explained J-Lo like that tweet on purpose. She's been concerned with Beyonce stealing her look and imagery for many years now. Okay, so before you all cap on Jennifer's apparent claims, if you go on Dred's World, you look up the article, there were some pictures they apparently used the same stylist, and they thinking, oh, they could just remix the dress with someone else. They'll give the same dress, different cut somewhere that differentiates it from, you know, the looks and things. Do I think Beyonce is sitting around wondering what the hell J-Lo was doing and wearing all day? No, I think, like I looks and a lot of times these stylists ain't got no damn originality. They will sit and put some of their same clients, so same artists in the same tone that came from like Greek times back in the day. But also there's a Harlem fashion icon by the name of Lana Turner who wore the outfit first. And I think Black excellence and Renaissance and the Renaissance era and all that other stuff, she's taking a lot of the imagery and the influences from that era, and she's going to incorporate Jennifer Lopez's album. Oh, I want that. No, I don't think that's what's happening. I think a lot of times Jennifer Lopez, you know, wants to be taken seriously as an artist, as a singer. She, I believe, deserves, because she is one of the hardest working women in the business. So with Beyonce, so they're similar with their work at, which is great, and she can do all those things. But I think a lot of times with Jennifer Lopez, she tends to fixate so much on, oh, this is pretty, and Jennifer Lopez, when it comes to being an artist and creative, I don't think she always just does things because, you know, she wants to be taken seriously. So sometimes, depending on the music, to me feels like there's a more of a focus of does this maybe look fierce in the video, because it's all about a look, and she runs the house when it comes to the fashion and the looks and the, you know, when she does that you know, her eyes and her mouth. Like, I watch J-Lo. I know her little tricks. I watch her enough. And then, you know, when she wears a certain outfit, you know, she's always about the fashion. And I don't get that. Whereas with Beyonce, I feel like she's done enough in music where she wants to focus more on trying to do something. Who else after 40 is still selling music? Except Madonna, who just, you know, her Finally Enough Love, 50 number ones. So, I don't think Beyonce is thinking about all of that. So, stand down, look for a damn fight. So these stands, y'all just doing too damn much. Okay, so let's talk about Kevin Aviance, who did this amazing article and paper of Kevin Aviance. And there's a lot where it talks about like his coming up in the club scene and you know his songs, but they also talk about, you know, how he left New York at one point because, you know, there was a period where he got caught up in drugs, which happens a lot when you're a club queen. Also, he talked about the beating that he received when he got jumped in New York City and almost, and that freaked me out when I heard that. And I think it was in the East Village where it happened. And then how he said he came back to get the hip, was focusing more on like going out to Brooklyn because that's where the girls was like really reviving the club scene, because Manhattan put everything down to Brooklyn. Brooklyn is still popping, I should say, by the way. I mean, Manhattan has its, you know, its moments, but for the most part, in the article, he talks about Beyonce, and since we were talking about stealing and stuff, appropriating the culture, which I think Megan Thee Stallion was accused of doing with her video, where it was Deshaun Wesley denied that was aimed towards her as well. So I saw that video. Yeah, so that's funny. Anyway, so he says, if someone is fierce or incredible, I'm here for it. He considered before pushing back against the accusations of stealing surrounding Rena's money, despite Aviance confirming that she took care of business in terms of clearing the sample. Here's what he said. He said, it doesn't feel like stealing to me. It feels it's maybe a new sound for her or whatever. But you could also see the vocals and all the stuff. See in the vocals and all that she's taking it in and using it, which is what art is all about. He added, art isn't about being, isn't about like people who don't create art or don't understand art, don't understand that. Because they've accused Madonna of being a cultural appropriator throughout her 40 years from the debut album. That'll be the 4th anniversary. So, if you're trying to come up with stuff and be creative and come up with all these different ways of you know, getting the ideas of open stuff, it's like, it is hot right now, and at least she's using it the right way instead of people like Taylor Swift, who's talking about the drag queens in one video. Y'all called her damn Kevin doesn't even know who the fuck Kevin Aviance is. So you up in here trying to put ballroom into your music, but you don't even know who Kevin Aviance is. Girl, bye. Anyway, so shout out to Kevin Aviance. He has a new song out called I'm Back, which was produced by Gace, so definitely check that out. And I'm looking forward to hearing what people need to really go and appreciate and see him perform and live for the old music. Okay, so R&B music. So we definitely stuck ourselves into pool and start a whole debate. So Diddy basically launched a new R&B, announced he would be having an online discussion about the state of R&B, saying who killed R&B? What's really going on? Of questions in the video. There's two types of ever here. Oh, now he's at the same fucking music genre. Diddy later had part one of his scheduled conversation, and which really the same one that sold out our culture to what was that Trilla? So he also saw the now during the conversation, Mary J praised the current crop of female R&B. It was actually pretty good, but a lot of people had to go in on him, like Hitmaka, who you know, who used to be Young Bird, and he was on. But anyway, so he said Diddy done lost his whole damn mind talking about R&B dead. It's so much good R&B out. If you can't notice, you got to be out of touch. Not out of touch, and he's right, and that's what Duff Juice said. Like being throwing somebody's age and something has nothing to do with the fact that, do I think R&B is dead? I mean, Chris Brown jumped in the conversation. He said a lot of times, you know, there's a lot of great R&B artists out here, but a lot of y'all are not out here supporting it. And I do. There are a lot of people out here currently doing that thing. Like, I still listen to Brandy. I still listen to Monica, who's still putting out music. I still listen to Mary J. Blige, and we was playing R&B music. So I listen to the old school stuff, and I listen to a lot of the new school stuff too. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't particularly care for the LMA slow ass singing. I don't. Y'all about to put me to sleep with that shit. But I do like my old school R&B stuff. I listen to Tank at times. Older heads shouldn't even be saying that. Because first of all, y'all done pimped out the music industry, and y'all pimped out the you know, these artists and the genre and all the other stuff for a check. Once was anymore. Now you're kind of talking about what's happening with R&B music. It's out there. And quite as Diddy, you made your whole career off of sampling the whole. So while it is a valid conversation, I feel like it's the case of right message, wrong messenger, because they. So I feel like it's gonna be a topic that's gonna go on and on and on and on and on, and it's definitely something keep an eye on, because I don't think it's gonna go anywhere anytime soon. Are y'all signing to Love Records? Because if y'all want to in the bro, but anyway, so speaking of Diddy, Disney star Orlando Brown compared the way he licked his lips to the way music mogul practiced with P. Diddy. Here's what the 34-year-old said, I got on my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I started licking my lips. You know what I'm saying now? Yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh gosh oosh wash. You gave me the oosh gosh moi. The shoosh whoosh. What the fuck? Okay, play the clip, please. Because we got that clip apparently.
mean, I got in my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I started licking my lip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh gosh goosemash. You gave me the oosh gosh muaf. The smoosh mash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gave me the oosh gosh muash. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the oosh gosh muash.
And
that oosh gosh muash. You know what I'm talking about, Diddy? Diddy. God.
you know, one thing I do see about you is people do actually say good things about your music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Fuck.
When
If I go feel my head, man, go ahead.
What the hell is that boy on? Oh, hey, Fella Mermaid. I see you in the room. Everybody in the room. Oh. So apparently there's issues with my, oh yeah, it did. I was like at home right now. So, because there was some issues with my laptop, with my, with my other. Okay. Turn off. It was like my internet. All of a sudden, I turn it back on and start backing up. I had to turn it off again. Use my own Wi-Fi because not pay for that shit. But anyway, wait. And I feel like we'll save the others for the second half because we're actually going to do something new. I only got 5 minutes first time and do the other half. And the LGBT stuff, I can fly through a lot of that stuff relatively quickly. So we'll be good on that point. I mean, on story. And then I'll save Tevin Campbell and the whole Doja Cat story for the next one because I want to talk about. Say, you know, she stole is giving and copyrighted it from Roland Ray. Share a sneak peek of her new website called itsgivingwebsite.com and the promotion content. Doja Cat born, who cares? It's a long ass name. Reference. And so Roland Ray said, "This bitch said, let me steal from this handicapped black bitch and copyright my thing." Did you not copyright your own phrase? So that's what I want to know. Like, did you people within our community actually breathe who's the producer and Foxy who is also a musical artist? Y'all love stealing our phrases and our lingo and running around reading and shade and it's giving y'all like all that comes with these phrases and y'all run around like y'all own that shit. And because the figures behind the scenes, y'all be the main ones that give these girls this stuff and you let these people just use our phrases and our words and it's supposed to be okay. So now you got Doja Cat who wound up taking a phrase. But you know, you got that show with Bobby Light coming out tomorrow. So, good luck, sis. I don't know what you're going to do about MTV VMAs foolishness. And then we'll save Tevin because Tevin Campbell was part of LGBT. So we can save that for hour. So Nicki Minaj and LL Cool J are going to be the three MCs they've chosen to host the VMAs. To me, I think this is the dumbest but stupid idea that they come up with. First of all, LL Cool J has hosted the Grammys by himself 4 years straight. Why the hell does he need a white boy on us? And his debut album was trash. I try to listen to that in the gym. You can't work out to that. It's too many damn mid-tempo Ariana Grande. So I had to turn them off. I listened to that one time and put it away. Like, distant memory. So y'all trying to make Jack Harlow a thing. I feel like y'all trying to hit her every day out, head into the retirement home for Nicki Minaj, and you want the younger kids that still listen to Drake and stuff to come for Jack Harlow. And to me, it's like trying to hide that shit. So at first, when I heard about her getting to be getting the Video Vanguard Award, I wasn't that upset because I was like, you know what? A lot of the little Kimisms and shit, but she has her own lane when it comes to how she rhymes. Her visual, when I saw like, okay, now they got her hosting, and then they added her Super Freaky Girl as a nomination when the song came out a week ago. Like, that doesn't matter. So now I'm looking at it like, okay, and TV, what's the agenda? What's the end goal? Like, I see what y'all are doing. So it would have been deserved a Video Vanguard. She has made some pretty good genre groundbreaking videos. So she deserves to be in the conversation. And it doesn't come from like hating. It's just looking at the strategy of MTV. Because I used to work at VH1, so I understand all that. So when I tell y'all shade, I've worked, doing the whole intern, all the other stuff at VH1. So I know how it is to call you a hater. So I'm not, I don't know. And then on top of that, I'm not even feeling nominations. I'm not feeling some of the performance. So I feel like this MTV VMAs will be, and we're coming back in probably a couple of weeks, like probably around the time where everybody be coming back from their hiatus in September. So yeah, I'm not buying this. This the math doesn't matter. So it is what it is. Okay. So at this point, including Tevin Campbell came out of the homosexual, honey. Also, we got some Real Housewives producers that cast a new LGBTQ dating show. We got some Drag Race Philippines. We got some news on Chanel from Drag Race stealing money out of somebody's purse. We got that whole conversation coming up. We also got some tea to tell y'all about Justin Rosa. He was spilling all the tea about that show, and that shit was messy and juicy as well. So don't go away.
Unfiltered, filtered, filtered, filtered.
You're watching Kris Avalon Unfiltered, sponsored by
Damaged dull, broken hair with no bounce or shine. Bring your hair back to life with Joe Oz Paradise Hair Care Products. Joe Oz is fortified with all natural ingredients that will give you that growth, shine, body, and fullness that your hair needs. Known to improve any type of hair in any style and bring it back to life. Joe Oz Paradise will never let you down. Joe Oz Paradise, our products were made to deliver.
I will truly never get over people photoshopping themselves into random vacation photos. So here we have Aubrey O'Day, double platinum recording artist and world traveler, who apparently went on this vacation around Bali by just photoshopping herself into pictures. And it's truly like every single picture. I don't even know if she went to Indonesia, like at all. Here she is on the Bali swing, so she either just steals content from other content creators or photoshops herself into random like promotional images with these very inspirational Instagram captions accompanying the photos. In an era where social comparison is so high and has real effects, why are we doing this?
Research indicates that most homosexuals are responsible citizens who contribute to society.
False. No, not true. Lies, deceit. I will not stand for it on this app on this gay day.
I'm sorry, but why is this so true? Does anyone else think this is true?
This is unfortunately true, but the white gay twins, all they have to offer is a little bit of chest hair and their ass up in the air.
We finna smash or pass these niggas? LeBron, big beautiful queen smash. Look at you, Brian. What the fuck? Curry, I already know you finna look good.
For y'all to understand that Bad Boys Club was created by a guy named Karan on Gemini Films 8 years ago. Okay, Gemini Films Bad Boys Club is on their 8th season. They're on their 8th season. It's been on the fucking internet for years. Natalie never ever created that show, and that's why they didn't trademark it. That's why they didn't LLC it. That's why they don't have no rights to anything. If you guys go
the thing next to you is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Could I say I was living for all those videos, by the way. Shout out to Princess Ebony yelling in the background. I was living for that bitch. But anyway, welcome back to. Look, it's late. I've been drinking some of that good happy juice earlier. This rum punch that my cousin made, and I've been slacking. But nevertheless, I'm still here. I'm still cute. But anyway, so yeah, let's get into some things. I don't still watch these awards anymore. These awards, child, your guess is as good as mine. I do watch, but I have to say I hate watch them. Like and how whack these goddamn performances are, and how the phony speeches and the shade throwing and all that. It's like, yeah, I just I just do my own. I'm sure most people would do anyway, but nevertheless, welcome back to the show, guys. So let's get into the next topic, which is huge chart hit, lauded Broadway performances, and a much beloved song of the 90s, Disney classic. Yeah, no one also forget. Can we talk? And on a part of his personal life, revealing in an interview on the People Everyday podcast that he identifies with fans. He says, "What makes me happy right now, as far as I've in life." This is what he said in the podcast. There are a lot of me. Fans now have long speculated about Campbell's sexuality, but he not too long ago, was it, I think last year or earlier this year, that he tweeted that Tevin is. I'm talking about it. I believe I talked about it on this show. Oh, probably I think it was On the Line. One of them. Then I do something. But Tevin signed his first major deal in '91, and he was like a little kid. He was, I think, 14. And it says he landed his first top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, Round and Round, which Prince wrote and produced for the film group R&B vocal performance Male, his first of 5 Grammy nods. And he had like Tell Me What You Want Me to Do. That was another one of my songs. And he had, he made his stint in R&B, and people lived for him. I remember when he was on an episode of Fresh Prince. He went on a date with Ashley. I remember that episode. Pretty much sums it up. On being gay in the 90s to now. He says, "I didn't hide anything about me. I didn't try to act prepared when I was a kid to be a spokesperson for the LGBTQ plus community, but I'm glad that it's changing. A lot of kids, especially young Black boys in our culture, and it's poison. They're not being taught to love themselves because of what they are. I hate that it wasn't like that in the 90s. If I can scroll down really quickly, he also basically praised R&B and hip hop by being their authentic selves. And he says, like, you know what? At the end of the day, I do agree with that. There's a lot of kids, especially young Black boys, in a lot of these are, they need to see themselves on Little Nas X. They need to see themselves in a Frank Ocean. They need themselves they need to be able to see, or we could throw Kid Ken, who just signed a deal with Def Jam. So he put that gay shit in our face, blah blah blah. because the other day, it ain't about y'all. We're not getting in this industry to make y'all feel nervous into this, because they want to be able to do their own thing. They want to be able to tell their own story. They want to be a part of the conversation. And so also, those people who don't have a voice. And so, given that opportunity, why not? But if y'all can't take it, move it. Also, shout out to this, and I hope this show is going to be good. Because apparently the time has come to LGBTQ. Because I'm tired of all these other shows y'all came out with in the past that would always either exploit our community, or y'all want to do like, oh, there's a couple of gays and that. Or, you know, to me, I felt, okay, before I jump the gun and start giving my opinion, let me just tell y'all with the tea. So, ain't that on reality shows for major cable networks? The company has casting for shows like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Orange County, Below Deck Medical, produced, developed, and sold numerous reality shows for channels like MTV, VH1, TLC, and Sci-Fi, to name a few. Interested in appearing on a dating show. Now, the casting call shared on social media read, maybe LGBTQ plus singles for an epic and never done before dating series. We're looking for a dynamic, open-minded, outspoken members of the LGBT interested. I know Ain't That Something Entertainment has it on their Instagram page. That's Ain't That Something Entertainment. All women. It says LGBTQ dating show .castingcrane.com. That's LGBTNE.com. So, and it says for eligibility requirements and apply today. So if you're interested in, I don't know what, definitely going there. Like, I felt like, Are You the One, the queer season that they did, I felt like that was the one that really came close, sort of representation. I thought it could do a little bit better, but for the most part, you know, and I love that Justin on there. Speaking of which, there's little Justin right here. The finger in the background was messing with it. But anyway, that Justin, we definitely gonna talk about him later. It is you know, create the whole Bad Boys thing. And we're gonna talk about the Bad Boys show and all the drama surrounding that. Speaking of more casting, we're about to get more of the Boulay brothers debating our TV screen. Now, after years spent serving the show, the Boulay brothers are ready to expand the world of alternative drag. Now, the Mother Drag Monsters announced this morning on that would be August 5th season spin-offs and additional specials, all to air throughout the next year. And I'm reading from my own damn article. By the way, Dragula season 4 was the most watched show on Shudder when it aired on the streaming service last year. Now, here's what the Boulay brothers are building with Shudder and the Emcee family provides us an incredible opportunity for us to expand our cinematic universe and to flesh out all of the characters. We couldn't be more excited about the content that we're about to unleash, and the fans have felt shocked and engaged with our content. It's going to be wild, fun, and terrifying new ride. Now, I love this show. Dragula is like one of my favorite shows. Yeah, we get enough drag races, but I just love literally bringing it with this show. It's not none of that oh, we have to be all so glamorous and glitzy, and everything's got to be perfect, and we got to do like getting down to the gutter type show. So I love this show. I'm looking forward to more Dragula, and I know they just keep this show going when it's not at a place of like a drag race where, you know, they can drop a new spin-off or Drag Race franchise ended. So now we got Drag Race Canada's currently on Drag Race Down Under. Drag Race Philippines just started this week, and Drag Race Philippines, but Drag Race Philippines just started. And then we got a secret celebrity drag race that's been in the second. And so yeah, so there's a lot of that, and also we're going to talk about another drag race getting renewed. So I'm looking forward to what they're going to bring in regards of, you know, that show, because I just love everything they do on there. I just love alternative drag. That's always been kind of like my favorite the alternative stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, so speaking of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 8 and its companion Untucked series, the upcoming season is scheduled to air in 2023, which I did to season 8. I mean, All Stars 8 is coming out. I hope I believe I still have the show. I don't know exactly where that is. And I don't think I want to sit here and try to find it because I don't want to keep like I wrote down somewhere and I don't remember where it is. But I did tell y'all that yeah, I revealed a couple weeks ago. So, Tevin broke all the records for the streaming service when it comes to original shows in the reality TV genre. Now, All Star 7 is the service's most nearly 60% over the previous season. So that goes to show that, you know what, people love watching a lot of these shows on the stream. Like, it seems like more people are going to, like, for me personally, I watch everything on the streaming service. I do watch Paramount Plus. And the funny thing is that to me, it seems like it's thriving more on streaming services than it is the regular cable. I don't know what the numbers are for the regular Drag Race, so I don't know what the numbers. They're saying it broke all the records. Like, it's up nearly 60% over the previous season. So all those people that were sitting, I'm not subscribing to the stars. Why they can't put it on cable? Yeah, I heard all the bitching. But apparently, y'all in the minority because people are pretty much, like I said before. I prefer, like, going on the streaming service and watch stuff. First of all, I ain't gotta watch commercials. Because I got the long fans have waited for All Stars or winter season and the level of competition that was showcased. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. I should say that it was all winners. They wanted to see how they were going to do the show. And so other original reality shows on Paramount Plus that were eclipsed by the All Star 7 viewership coming, Queen of the Universe, All Star Shore, and Hip Hop My House, to name a few. I never got around to watching that. Because I didn't care for the people that were on there. Queen of the Universe I like, but to me I felt like that was just like a throwaway show. So multiple people throughout the episode. So I don't like the way y'all did that. So if y'all gonna bring Queen of the Universe season 2 back, which I already know y'all are, because you replace Leona B. What y'all need to do is make sure that y'all do every week a Queen goes home. Not none of this. We chopping 5 people to 5. Like, we're not doing that. Like, come on. Y'all got enough money over there at World of Wonder by being cheap. How it fares next season, because they ain't doing another all-winner season for All-Stars 8. So y'all know. On Drag Race. Jiggly, who rose to fame on Drag Race Season 4 before returning to All-Star 6, one of the two trans women serving as judges, Harlow and Karen. Now, it marks the first time a trans woman, let alone two, have been a permanent judge on any edition of Drag Race. And according to Jiggly, it read of drag. This is what she told Pink News. When we're finally getting recognition on Drag Race, I feel like it's rightfully so. She can color. We've always been a part of the community, and these kids are going to learn that the culture is very rich for a reason, and that now I remember when I first heard that Jiggly was cast getting brought on as a judge. I know there were people online who apparently had a problem with it. For me, I was like, I remember Love that I used to go to back in the day. That's also, I told you I met Max Connor back when he used to go by the name Cliff, which was actually his government. I knew Max Connor long before y'all knew who Max Connor was. And also, like I said, I knew Jiggly Caliente before she popped on Dresden. Love that club. I miss it. It's like the only Asian gay bar gay club in Midtown Manhattan. Kind of wish it would have never went anywhere, but having her on makes sense. Also, it makes sense to have a trans woman being a part of the conversation, because you have to realize trans women play a huge role the first time when I used to go to Esquilita in Manhattan, which is now Red Eye, I believe. Disco bought the club and it's now Red Eye. It's still in the renovation. You see trans women all the time. Like, I remember my girl Karen Covergirl used to be over there, and there would be so many other boobs and this, that, and the other. But it's like, those were trans women I was looking at, and they were like the glamour girls. They were like the pageant queens, and you would literally see that both big sequin gowns and the big boobs pushed up and out. Like, it was just a full, beautiful illusion. And so trans women have always played a sex work, but a lot of them would come and work in the bars and the clubs, and they would perform. So Rue knows better. He knows their legs and giving gender illusion. Trans women played a huge part in that role too. So to try to erase them, in that interview that he did in 2018, that he said he wouldn't cast a trans woman who had undergone danger once it's not meant and doing it. And so you have people like Detox, Carrera, Alaska, they called them out, and and then the fans started jumping in on the conversation, saying like, yeah, you need to be allowing trans women to perform in this, that, and the third. That's when I started to look into the show. You saw Jiggly on the show. You saw Gia Gunn perform, the woman who's competed on the show. Like, you've had a number of trans, non-binary, and gender diverse queens performing in the show. So I love the fact that drag is a diverse thing. Now, in regards to cisgender women, so when so I just like it's open for everybody to do, and drag is what it is. Drag is art. We'll follow your own rules. So shout out to Jiggly, and I think she's doing a good job so far. They only dropped 2 episodes. If you haven't seen it, definitely go on Wow. Shady boots. The girls are carrying, and I live for it. Okay. So shout out to you, Jiggly, and I'm rooting for you. So RuPaul's regular season 1 star Chanel has responded after a woman alleged that the performance stole an estimated $700 from her purse, posted a long ass, I should say, by the way, in Instagram video on Wednesday expressing the incident, which reportedly occurred Saturday at Frog's venue in the Treasure Island Motel. They still got singing frogs? I remember when they tried to have a singer frog in that came around real quick. Nobody was really feeling the singer frog. Anyway, so Megan Gerber, who posted on TikTok, Chanel reaching into a purse during her set and removing an detrimentable, I should say, indeterminable. Okay, that's the word. Amount of money from inside before placing the bag on the table and proceeding with the show. That was a bit. Stealing a wad of cash from my purse. You can see I had $100 in there. The Instagram address that she did not attempt to steal the purse or its content, but rather picked it up as part of a comedic bit. Sometimes drag queens will go and they'll play around with the purse, like there's little games that they play, and she explained it and thing where they'll play like, oh, you're gonna take the house, like play tug of war with them. I play that game with drag queens. Like there are things when you go to drag shows where the people in the audience. So maybe this young lady was feeling on something because she spent all this money, and I found it weird that the girl kept changing her story. Like she kept, unless you a hooker or you're a damn drug dealer. Like who walks around with $700 in their purse, and then when took a couple of dollars out, stacked it on top of already a wad of money she had in her hand. So this girl sitting there trying to say, "Oh, you took all my money," when she knows like that's not what happened. To see more videos and who was who witnessed all this, because I don't know, something in the girl's story. And the worst part of it was that was receiving a lot of homophobic threats and death threats, and homophobic slurs are being thrown at her, death threats. On social media, so she had to disable the comments, and it's just disgusting because y'all come, a lot of you cisgender people like drag queens, a bunch of dancing damn monkeys, and then when one of us piss you off, here y'all go diverting right to that F word, or y'all want to Ooh, thank you to Tyrone for liking the show. See, I got the little Twitter, but shout out to all of y'all who are watching on Instagram right now. Definitely follow the new Instagram on TV, and thank you for it's also been tweeted on the Facebook So definitely follow that page because that's where I always posting a lot of my social media meta like to try me. So we had to create a whole new page. We're going to build that one. That's going to be specific for the show. We go live and put it on the other page, and then also make the announcement on there. But I did put in my Instagram stories with my regular one about and it's to my Instagram stories and my regular page as well. So yeah, he says at the end of the day, I did not steal $700 out of this person's purse, saying that he took, which I did tell y'all that earlier in the evening. She was offered a personal apology from me, a full refund for her 9 tickets, which was worth over $1,200, $700, which I would not and did not take from her. So they offered, the girl refused, so I said she wanted a damn moment. So resolution to all of this, but for the most part, I don't know, I smell bullshit with this lady. It's my, I don't know. Now I feel like it's gonna come to a point where drag queens feel like, well, damn, I can't even, I gotta like do it with just a straight up lip sync, and people, because people are just gonna start taking things in one way. Like, you can't have nice things apparently. So little games you want to play with people, you can't do that because one person is in a situation because people are gonna be offended by it. So, child, whatever. So Dwayne, the minute this posted, I saw, oh, here we go. Black Twitter gonna be big mad, but bitch, stay mad, because y'all always mad about some shit anyway. Like I was at Alley, and it was like, yeah, and of course, it got into the whole thing about the show about the gay experience. Was like, but yeah, but that's how like the world is, and he's way more understanding because you know he has a lot of gay friends and he's open minded. That sort of thing. Yeah, that's like, yeah, I'm glad you get it. But for the most part, the show was dealing with a lot of different traumatic situations, and a lot of I had to sit with straight people. They were like, they brought the KY jelly and everything. Well, y'all don't need KY jelly when y'all fucking. You got a whole pussy that lubricates. Men, yeah, we need a little extra wet back there. That's a whole detour of talking about P Valley, but you know, I still live for that show. And yes, we gotta keep. So according to court documents, NBC star Dwayne Wade is asking a Los Angeles County Court judge to approve the transition. Hey, that's a lot of damn names, child. To Zaya Malaka Ramis Wade. So you're gonna keep your Zaya, but then like I love it, but I'm not gonna judge. I'm just asking. Cause I was just been like, just Zaya Wade. Why can't I just have that? Since Zaya Wade is overly transgender at 15 years old, a local guardian has to request the change in court. Dwayne Wade also requests to female. Dwayne Wade addressed the mother of his daughter, Vaughn, but he has the right to make this decision. The document read, pursuant to the terms excuse me, of the petitioning minor, and he is not required to receive consent from Ms. Funches Wade. As a courtesy, confirms Zaya's wish to change her gender and name in an interview. He explained our then 12-year-old came home and said, "Hey, I want to figure out as much information as we can to make sure we give our child the best opportunity to be her best self." And he elaborated. He added that when you're out there making rules, if you're not experiencing this, come and live a day with my daughter. Come and see how, as blessed as it is for my daughter to have parents who can support her, I'm still afraid every moment she leaves the house. And not just because of gun violence, but because of this, because y'all also goddamn ignorant in when it comes to gender identity and trans and people who identify as trans. The science and this, that, and the other. Because there was a conversation I was having about, or there was an article that in the Weekly wrote about 13 Little Lies. That's another show with a different name. Pretty Little Liars or whatever, the came teen dramas. But anyway, so Tommy Dorgan was on that show, played male on the show, now identifies as female. Same shit with you had with female on what he did Umbrella Academy. Now this season they, you know, he started out as a girl in the first episode, so that's what they need to do with that. But for the most part, there were people in the comments making comments about it and talking about he and these people in here just like misgendering intentionally and that and the other. So some girl comes in, oh, trust the science. The science says that he is so. So you know me, if I want to drag a bitch, I go on your page and I started doing the research. Let me scroll through and see who you like and who you support. Said now a Trump supporter telling me to trust the science. Oh, that's new. Oh, now y'all trust science, right? To get rid of COVID. Okay. So I'm gonna listen to your ass. Tell me about science. But when I went to school and I passed my science shit. Anyway, so people need to understand like transgenderism, biology, the things that, you know, all these different things, and you know, support this girl. And yeah, I don't have to, like, why do I have to get my mother's permission? She don't agree with what I'm doing. She don't believe in me as this child. She probably a trans. Or maybe she, you know, got issues because, you know, it's always suspect when the father always has custody over the mother. Normally the mother gets to keep it. You got a white daddy. Apparently they take his word over yours. So shout out to him. Now this foolish people are up in arms because Aaron Schock, you know, the disgraced former congressman, showed up at the Eagle, who he was, until, you know, they randomly posted this picture on social media. And then I think people reckon abs and no shirt. It's like a dime a dozen. But apparently somebody posted a photo and basically said, "Can someone explain what's wrong with this photo? I don't get it. I also don't know this person." That's probably another thing too. Like, looks like he's aged 20 years since coming out. That's what Casey Williams said. Ballin Thomas wrote, "I don't know if it's some 2020 or that I already married the only white man I've ever dated, but I would not have known that was Aaron." And so yeah. And what people need to realize It says Aaron never apologized with anti-gay voting record back. More likely, if Shock was overweight, that would be why these men wouldn't look at him, not his anti-gay stances, which is true, and that was obvious reasons. But what people need to realize, in case you don't know why we should be looking at Aaron Shaw, PJ Brennan puts it on about this piece of dumpster juice. Said during his tenure, Shaw voted against several LGBT for don't tell, military policy, and an amendment of federal hate crime laws covering sexual orientation or gender identity. And this is Shock a score of 0. So you have someone who is clearly a homosexual, self-hate, and going against everything that's going to help us, but you want to benefit off the back of America. So you're trying to go take us backwards, but you want to go to gay bars and you want to get your licks off. But I guess that's after you. So people went in on him on Twitter, and rightfully so. But what do we do now? So we're just gonna, every time he goes out, we're just gonna try to run for office. We just gotta make sure people like him don't even get to step in a political office ever again. Because we'll notice that he was at the Eagle and dragged him, rightfully so. Following this picture, they all rimmed each other in the Delta Lounge of the Ronald Reagan Airport. The Eagle NYC has the photo. It's basically the 3 guys shirtless. You'll see Aaron Shock all the way on the end, the far right. First of all, how y'all wearing blue shorts and a white shirt at the Eagle? Every gay rights measure while serving and misuse funds to go to Katy Perry concerts and redecorate his congressional office after down to Katy Perry. Oh, all people her? Oh, that means you ain't got no taste. Anyway, let's get off this hoe. And let's get into talking about the Bad Boys Club, child, because I'm sure we got 20 minutes to ask again. So, Bad Boys Club ended their season. And I'm not talking about the one on the Zeus Network. I'm talking about the one on YouTube. So, Karan Milan, who I believe he said that the trailer for his Bad Boys Club is supposed to be dropping this coming. He said this is Bad Boy reveal trailer weekend or something. I don't know. If I can remember what's on my head. But anyway, what the hell? Is that Aaron Shock in the background? Oh, there she is. That might be an old picture though, because I'm writing for that. Anytime he go out in public and tries to reap the benefits off of our shit, you know, the gays are going to call him out. Gay Twitter is going to go in and drag him gays. So they're all equally shady. But anyway, so back to the whole, you know, story about we haven't said, oh, look, it's just a little time still. But anyway, let's focus. In the words of Ariana Grande, in his own words that aired yesterday, 2 hours, where he goes and talks about his experience on the show a lot of the behind the scenes drama, a lot of things he talked about in New Boys, but apparently there was gonna, which is why someone they said why they bring an old head back, but they brought somebody who was on the show years prior. They were filming in the winter at someone else's apartment. It wasn't even Karan's apartment, and in the depth of winter, how and only on the weekends too. They could only film there on the weekend, because they damaged the house, and plus there was a lot of furniture in that place that was glass and stuff that was lying around in there. Also, he talked about how they were told that they were going to be filming at the beach house, a la Jersey Shore, and they ended up winter. Because remember, there was that scene where they went outside. I don't know why they had them go outside in the cold, but they had them outside. And there was snow around. I saw he did the interview with A Connection TV. So shout out to all those people out here who are definitely doing anything. I'm gonna try to get Justin with them on this show too. But and I was looking for the see this reunion, but apparently Karan wants us to pay as much as it is for a month part. That's like $15. And ma'am, I love you dearly. I love the show. You gave it to us for free on YouTube. And hell, I'm spending $15 for a goddamn OnlyFans unless I'm saying somebody suck some dick and jizzing all over their face. That's the only time you're going to say sticky and some ski. Okay? So anyway, let's get into these clips, and then we'll come back with more of the show. Is this alleged though? $100. Because I was always curious. I want to know how much money was they actually making.
Also, that Lilo, I guess, like pressed up on Calvin with his dick or some shit like that. I don't know. Again, I was asleep, so I don't know what the fuck happened. But they were telling me this information. So Karan wanted us to talk about it. So we were at Party City. Karan wanted us to talk about it, like I said. And like I was just reenacting my reaction when I was told the first time. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. Then we went back to the apartment, and then Karan wanted the conversation to happen. So that's when you guys seen Calvin bring it up. You get what I'm saying? And I've seen some of that. From what I remember, a lot was cut out because people were saying that I was like not saying much. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna address this right now. My thing is that I didn't have a problem with the Lilo, rubbing my ass while I was like, it was like a little like, from what I was told, it was like a little this, and Kay stopped it from what I was told when it happened. And it's not like he was in my pants. It was just like a little this. So I didn't take it personally. I'm not going to act out of character for the cameras. I'm not doing it. I didn't take it personal. Lilo and I, we were cool at those times, so I didn't take it personal. You get what I'm saying? So people felt like that I didn't really speak up enough. Again, I did not feel any kind of way about it, so I'm not going to act out for the cameras, and that's just that. So, for anybody that's out there that's confused or that felt like that Calvin and, Hayes, I guess, like, basically fought for us, like me and Lilo's situation. I didn't have the problem. Karan wanted that conversation to happen. Calvin did it. So I was just listening. I didn't have the issue. The only problem that I had was that Lilo was, well, he said it in his thing, like in the meeting. He had mentioned that I was awake while he was doing it. And I corrected it and I said, no, I wasn't. I was sleeping. He then says again and was like, well, I feel like that's not true. Well, no, that is true. Because if he would have kept that same energy and would have kept saying that I was awake while that shit was going on, then you would have saw the other side of me. I could tell you that.
Ooh. Ciao. A lot of Tevin. But my damn AirPods is dying. We're gonna make it work as much as we can. But yeah. So that was basically him telling his side of the story. That's a part of the Justin's page. Well, on his YouTube channel, I think it's Justin Rosa, Rosa. Definitely check it out. Where he basically, well, not even a real interview. Like, it's basically just him talking about his experience on the show and just breaking down and stuff. I would do the same thing. Like, I would be recapping what happened in the episode. Like, okay, so that's not what really happened. This is what really happened.
Then, so yeah, so I was telling them, I was like, I don't think it was really that serious, you know what I'm saying? So they're all mad, riled up, whatever. Karan comes up to me and tells me to go downstairs because Kay wanted his stuff and he only trusted me to bring his stuff downstairs. So I was like, sure. So I go downstairs. This part wasn't filmed. I go downstairs and I gave Kay his stuff and I basically was talking to Kay and, you know, he was telling me how he felt about the whole entire situation. I was hearing him out. And, I told them, I have experience doing filming. This is my second show. The first show I came in real hot, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to come in reserved. And again, like I said, when I'm in uncomfortable situations, it just makes me like that. But also because this is my second show, I wanted to, basically just feel people's vibe and, it's my second time doing this, so, I have some kind of experience doing shit like this. So I was just basically telling him, that's why, I really wasn't around like that, for like the first night because, I'm trying to feel people's vibe and stuff like that. So.
So, he was basically saying that I think when he got it, I guess. So, and then it was also mentioning how that whole thing. Remember when there was an X that was put on the picture? So, which in fights allegedly, according to Justin, was starting a lot of fights and stuff in the house. The X on the picture stemmed from because he wanted Justin to do it, and he was like, "I'm not jumping in doing that, trying to start a whole fight, this, that, and the third." So, apparently, what hence starting the fight with, within the house, and then, Justin was saying that he was trying to, he wasn't getting no fights, but he wasn't allowing people to, a lot of messiness. I feel like this is probably one of the reasons why Karan was talking about he wanted to step away for a while and not a crazy whatever is going on behind the scenes in regard of the show. So that's got me wondering. Point out that this photo that you're looking at is from Alleged Gossip or Alleged.Gossip. So familiar. I think it's part of the cast. But anyway, so yeah, it was a good. Here's the thing. It was a good show. The of Bad Boys Club was a good season. However, like I said before, I'm not doing the whole $15 for no reunion. It's like, okay, so now you got the reunion and stuff, on there more content on OnlyFans from now on, because I do think that OnlyFans is a good idea, in my opinion. I do think that is a great launching pad to, to start off with OnlyFans. But my thing is, or if you're gonna upload on OnlyFans, why couldn't you do it for like $5.99 or something? Like $4.99, $5.99. I could do that based off of the amount of people that love your show. You have a lot of viewers on YouTube. So if you charge that little, now when we got Bobby, like I love you per coming on tomorrow or later on today, because basically 2 in the morning. They're like, why you see this? That typical shit. Y'all try to overprice stuff, and then there's no guarantee
something like that. But you want to know something? At this point, because I just lost both my ears. We're not going to hear the end of this. So shout out to Justin. Definitely check out that and all the other interviews that he's going on. And we'll see if any more members of the Bad Boys Club will come out and talk about stuff. I want to thank you all for watching. It's amazing. Thank you to all the viewers, all the people that have stuck with me and for watching this show and the rock with me. We're coming back bigger and better for season 2. We got a lot of stuff planned in the works, a lot of stuff coming up. So definitely be about that. So until next time, thank you all again for tuning in by all that good stuff on the YouTube channel. Also, like and comment this video that's on right now on Facebook, Twitter, on Instagram Live, all that good stuff. So once again, love you all for watching, and until next time, next season, I should say, which will be coming up in September. Ciao, darling.
Unfiltered, filtered, filtered, filtered.